Param Shanti. Today I am going to share the essence of conversation between Bapuji and Anandji. We will be discussing about Star Child. This was aired on the History Channel in the Ancient Alien series. On the same topic, two videos were uploaded 2 years ago under the title of Story of God. However, today's topic is very interesting one. It's about the Star Child. People all over the world have started to believe that the star children have taken birth on our planet Earth, and it is their brilliance that is behind the rapid technological developments, as well as the new inventions and research occurring is due to these gifted children. Many people believe the star children to be more intelligent than the average human. They are believed to possess knowledge about the other worlds from where they have originated, and they are believed to be endowed with magical or supernatural abilities. There is also the belief that the star children are originally from the moon or the stars or from the alien civilizations. Their relatives are on this earth, and they also have deep connections to the extraterrestrial world from where they originate. Anandji asked a lot of questions on the same topic as we'll discuss in this video. First, I would like to know from you that who exactly are these star children and what is their connection with Earth? Why do these children come to our planet, and what is the reality of these concepts surrounding the star children and whether it is true or not? Bapuji replies, yes, the concept of star children is true. In reality, they are the souls from different stars who take birth on the earth, and we refer to them as star child. Star means different planets in our solar system and also from our galaxy. It is indeed correct, as I have already said earlier in my previous video, that these powerful souls take birth on earth as humans. They are not only from our solar system but also from our galaxies and universe, and are here to do some good work on our planet in their human form. They are always connected to the subtle world souls through whom they carry out their work. Therefore, it is absolutely true that the star children are in contact with their extraterrestrial relatives. The development work and research that is done on Earth is done by humans, who are inspired by the souls from the subtle world. However, as I had said in my previous videos, it is not only the star children, but also the subtle world spiritual souls who reside in the Himalayas who inspire the monks and the saints of India to do good work on earth by inspiring new topics in the devotional path. Therefore, this concept about star children is absolutely true. It is not a myth. Anandji says, so Bapuji, as per your knowledge, these star children have been coming to earth for the past how many years? Bapuji replies, actually our galaxy contains infinite solar systems, about which even our ancient scriptures have mentioned. The creator of a galaxy is Mahashiv. Each galaxy contains innumerable solar systems in which the aliens or the extraterrestrial travel from one solar system to another. One solar system has one star. I have already explained this in my earlier videos. In my deep meditation state, I have witnessed chaotic activity in the subtle world amongst the inhabitants of the various solar systems and galaxy. Many of the higher dimensional souls are always traveling from not only one galaxy but also from one universe to the other, from one multiverse to the other multiverse, from great universes to another universes, and etc. Some high quality souls even come from other universes to our subtle world and to our supreme abode, and then they come to our solar system. They come here to observe our earth and try to uplift the miserable conditions that affect mankind by doing good work. These higher beings possess high-level technology which they use to help us. In comparison, the technology our present science possesses is nothing compared to theirs. These higher beings have highly refined and superior technology as well as the tools made of supreme elements with which they wish to help mankind. Today, most of the progress in science actually occurs due to the inspiration given to the minds of these scientists by the higher beings or the subtle world souls. Anandji asked, Bapuji, I would like to give some examples here of star children, such as the case of a 12-year-old boy from the Star Child episode in the Ancient Alien series season 6. Any person interested can search for this on YouTube for the better understanding and clarity. It is about a boy who finished his graduation at the age of 12 and completed his PhD at the age of 18. These kids have an unusual and high developed intelligence as well as the psychic abilities. The researchers claim that these star children not only take birth in our planet but also have strong connections with the higher dimensions from where they originally come from. Do you think these star children who take birth on our earth and who come from the high dimensions of the universe have a mission of taking humanity evolution to a new world and changing our society for a good? Bapuji says, see, I have already explained the reason or a mission of a higher subtle beings who come from various high dimensions like Janlok, Taplok, Mahalok, Swarglok and Bhulok and Brahmapuri who take birth on our earth. It is to work for the establishment of better conditions and for the good of mankind. I have also explained previously about the purpose of the UFOs that highly evolved beings come to the earth in. Similarly, in previous times, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar and other deities or god and goddesses also used to visit earth in their vehicles. For example, Brahma used to come seated on his vehicle which was a holy swan, Lord Vishnu on his vehicle which was Garur, the eagle, and the Indradev, who is the king of the gods, came on his vehicle which is elephant. So what I mean to say is, even now the practice of higher dimensional beings visiting the earth or taking birth here is true, like it is shown on the Ancient Alien show. It is for the purpose of higher good and development of the earth. Anandji asked, there have been many cases where children have started speaking at 2 years of age. There was a case where a 6-year-old gave lectures on acids and alkalis. Some children, on the other hand, have started reading books meant for 10-year-olds. The question arises, are these children genetically gifted? Do they have the information recorded in their brains? What do you think are the reasons for such extraordinary behavior? How do you explain such cases? Do you think it is embedded or recorded in their DNA? Can you explain knowledge that is present without being acquired through conventional learning? Bapuji replies, yes, such abnormal behavior is possible because these are powerful souls who come directly from the subtle world and have the support of other souls from the subtle world. They can only be specially invoked through rays of inspiration. The knowledge of such souls is available through rays, which is similar to pre-recorded information downloaded in their soul. These enlightened souls sometimes enter human beings through which they start to speak with a heightened level of knowledge or intellect. Likewise, negative souls possess humans and make them perform evil acts. A good spirit, for example, can enter and enable even a 5-year-old to recite passages from the Bhagavad Gita. Anandji asked, is it possible that the star child is capable of such abnormal behavior without the influence of any external spirit? Bapuji replies, No, it is impossible for a child to exhibit enhanced knowledge or memorization skills without the support of the subtle spirits. It can appear magical and beyond normal human attributes. Like, for an example, a small child delivering lectures or finishing graduation or completing a PhD at a very young age and possessing good memory cannot be possible without the help of other worldly souls to whom the star child is connected with. Just like how people who perform black magic are helped by evil spirits. These extraordinary skills are like a fantasy to imagine, and it is beyond the average human capacity. An example is, all of the sudden, scientists discover or come up with the inventions that cannot be imagined normally. Gadgets such as television and mobile phones have been invented only with the aid of subtle spirits. Just think about this. 100 years ago from today, would anybody have even able to imagine that one can watch television or talk on mobile phones? Anandji says, yes, mobile phones are rare 20 years ago, and it was a wonder how mostly everyone could own a mobile phone one day. But of course, times have changed now. Scientists today believe lately that there have been an increase in the number of star children. A survey was conducted in China in 1980 to find out the number of star children, and it has been revealed that there is a significant increase since that count. Further, it has been revealed that over the last 5,000 years, advanced changes to the extent of 7% have been observed in the DNA structure of human beings when compared with the people who lived earlier. What are your views on it? Bapuji says, we need to look at how DNA structures are formed, and I have talked about it in my earlier video on DNA and how DNA gets created. Souls which take rebirth repeatedly are due to ignorance, and their soul power decreases and becomes weak. They get entangled in the material pleasures of the world. Generally, the subtle body of the soul is determined by its DNA, which in turn is made of ether, air, and fire elements. Thus, the DNA structure is composed of these components, which is influenced by the soul. So, based upon the soul quality and the existing DNA as well as the subtle body, the physical body is formed. In the case of weak souls, their subtle bodies are not strong in quality, whereas in case of powerful and high quality subtle souls, when they are reborn as human beings, their DNA structure and subtle bodies are quite powerful, and it will reflect their extraordinary qualities as well. Their DNAs might be double or even triple times more powerful than the weak souls. Anandji says, in such cases, can we assume that such souls may also be of Behad? Bapuji says, no, such assumptions cannot be made confidently. One cannot easily identify which soul is that of Behad. The real key to identify Behad soul is whether the soul has been searching for the infinite knowledge, has understood it, and whether it has totally become immersed in the divine knowledge. The star children can also be from different universes or galaxies, but might not be an infinite soul. Rebirth of the souls has been going on since the creation of the galaxies, universe, multiverse. Our video Journey of Soul states that souls travel across different parts of the universe, similar to a person traveling physically to different parts of the world. Anandji asked, there is a story from 2000 years ago in 36 BC in Greece about Pythagoras who survived by drinking water from the trees. Pythagoras' father took him home. It is said that all the knowledge which Pythagoras had was due to him. Was he a divine child, a half man, half god? Was he sent by aliens? Bapuji replies, There are many such godly souls which take on human form without the conception through humans. For example, the Pandavas were created by chanting mantras. Kunti was believed to have created Karna by praying to the sun god. Similarly, Arjun was the offspring of Lord Indra. Bhim was believed to be the son of Lord Vayu. There is a great depth in these matters, and no one can continue to explore its depth to a level possible. Anandji asked, as part of research by scientists, they studied the DNA structure of several ancient human skulls. The DNA could not be traced reliably to any unknown ancestors and predecessors. Scientists further discovered some DNA structures which were hybrid in nature, which revealed the mother of a child to be a human, but the father was an otherworldly being. In other cases, both the parents were apparently otherworldly beings. Such cases have remained an unresolved mystery to this day. Bapuji replies, see, in the instant where the mother of a child is human, meaning formed with the 5 elements, that is, ether, air, water, fire and earth, and the father is the otherworldly being, then the father would have created the child using his special powers. Accordingly, the DNA of the child will carry the DNA of the mother. In other cases where both the parents are otherworldly beings and they desire for their child to be born on the earth, then the child would have been formed by creating an inanimate being and thus infusing life into it by their parents. Anandji asked, an example of this would be Gangaputra Bhishma Pitama in Mahabharata. Bapuji says, yes, Lord Ganesh was also believed to be created by molding a clay sculpture and then giving life to it. Understanding and appreciating such matters would require a high quality, God-minded soul with a high level of intelligence and thinking to grasp the depth of such knowledge. Anandji asked, it has been observed that star children are born not only with a greater intelligence as compared to their previous generations, but also emotional and kind, and use their powers to bring about greater good of the society. Parents of such children sometimes suspect that their child is psychic, as they display behavior which is 100 times more powerful than a normal child. Such children talk with seemingly lifeless objects and are able to withstand hunger and thirst for abnormal periods of time. Can we state that such children are star children? Bapuji replies, yes. Children who are exceptionally gifted and talented when compared with the other normal children are indeed star children. These children are born with a high quality power which have gotten from other worlds. They are connected with the subtle world, but they are not psychic. Humans do not understand these children, so they are branded as psychic in nature. Anandji says, but it needs to be noted that such star children do not refer to the Milky Way or subtle worlds when they live on earth. They continue their work or inventions, but they never talk about or refer to the subtle world. Bapuji replies, such children do not talk about their connections with the subtle world because they do not wish to have any impediments in their work. Science is yet to progress to a level where such connections to the subtle world are understood and appreciated. Anandji asked, even religion for that matter. Religion has been unable to prove such a connection and considers such connections as a mere stories or myths rather than facts. In fact, even though it is true about these star children and their exceptional qualities, the main goal or a duty behind the birth of these star children has still not been revealed to the world. Bapuji replies, slowly with time, the number of these higher subtle beings taking birth on earth in the form of star children will increase rapidly. That is why in the present time there is a very high increase in the rate of population. It's not only a difference of about a lakh or a two, but a dramatic increase in the number of such beings who take birth as a human being and seem to lead a very ordinary life. Therefore, all this will lead to a positive transformation of the earth, since as of now it is almost impossible for the living conditions on earth to continue as usual. The food and the environment has become polluted. There is no pure oxygen in the air to breathe, and water is contaminated too. Transformation has to occur. Anandji says, then Bapuji, what is the main goal of the star children? Bapuji replies, that is for them to know. We cannot determine exactly what is the goal or the target of the star child could be. It might be to work as a scientist or to do research or to do social work for the benefit of the society, to give knowledge to humans, to give knowledge about other worlds, or to impart knowledge about the coming changes on earth or even about the supreme elements. However, since they have come with their predetermined goal, they will definitely do their work. Anandji asked, yes, definitely, since their souls already have the recording about their mission. The star child would be aware and work towards achieving it. But in reality, if the star children are provided knowledge about who they are and how they should help in the transformation process of the earth, then it would be wonderful. On the other hand, if the star children themselves develop technology related to the teleportation or telepathy, it would be the most beneficial to the mankind. Bapuji replied, in the coming times, the soul from the subtle world will surely inspire the star children and scientists, due to which science will progress greatly on earth. Anandji asked, Bapuji, you had mentioned earlier in this video that these higher beings from the subtle world actually gather in a group in our subtle world and then make a decision to take birth on our earth. Bapuji replies, see, there is an unsaid rule that first the higher beings arrive to the supreme abode of the solar system, also known as the incorporeal world. From there on, they go to the dimensions such as Shivpuri, Vishnupuri, Brahmapuri, and then travel on to the 7 subtle dimensions of Satyalok, Taplok, Mahalok, Janlok, Swarglok, Bhuvarlok, Bhulok, and then they observe the conditions on earth, and then they take birth for fulfilling their divine mission. However, they also have a connection with the higher evolved beings of the subtle world from where they come from. Many higher beings choose to create a being inside which they insert a cell so that they can work through that being on earth. It is also true that the higher beings travel in an incorporeal form from one universe to another in their highly advanced vehicles made of supreme elements. These vehicles travel at the speed of supreme light. Many of the higher beings from the subtle world wish to give knowledge about teleportation to mankind and therefore develop science. Anandji asked, Bapuji, what do you estimate the number of such evolved star children to be on earth? Would it be some crores, billions or trillions of them? Bapuji replies, it is not possible to calculate or identify the number of such star children in this population of 700 or 800 crore human souls who have incarnated at present. However, we should remember that these star children are born to do good work on the earth. Anandji asked, Bapuji, but these star children usually do not belong to any particular religion. In fact, for all we know, they must be atheist or they may be aligned with some religion, and we cannot even be sure what the recording in their DNA is. Scientists believe that only 5% of human beings' DNA is active and the rest is inactive. So by the full reactivation of all the DNAs, the recording in our soul becomes clear to each of us, and also self-realization. What do you think about this? Bapuji replies, see, the majority of scientists are usually atheists, who do not believe in caste, creed, or religion. This is because they are guided by the higher beings from the subtle world who inspire the scientist for the new inventions. Such higher beings are in turn guided by even more higher evolved beings which exist in the subtle planes where there is no religion. In reality, religion is present only on earth and at the most one or two levels higher than earth at the subtle level. Beyond that, there is no religion at the fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh subtle dimensions. The higher evolved souls coming from various parts of the solar system or universe do not get influenced by our earthly religions and concepts. These are man-made, and therefore the higher beings who are born as star children on this earth will not be involved in such artificial religions, since they know that God is one and is eternal truth. They will work sincerely for the good of the society. Some become scientists, some may choose to become a religious guru, or some may have the specific agenda for carrying out some positive work for society. Anandji asked, in short, summing up what you said on this topic today, we can say that star children are highly evolved beings who not only come from our solar system or universe, but also from different solar systems and universes. They incarnate on this earth with a specific mission of doing some good work for the benefit of mankind and earth. For example, the Dalai Lama is believed to be a star child. We know that the star children have been incarnating on this earth for a very long period of time to help in establishing peace and prosperity on this earth. But what about their return back to their original planet or universe, from where they have come from? Do they ever go back? Bapuji replies, see, let's talk about the Dalai Lama, who is believed to be an incarnation of Gautam Buddha, and Gautam Buddha is believed by Hindus to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Now, what is the role of Lord Vishnu, whose abode is in Vishnupuri? It is believed that whenever there is a fall in righteousness on this earth, Lord Vishnu sends his avatar or incarnation to help uplift mankind from its downfall and establish divinity on earth, as well as remove evil. Avatar here means a cell of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, Shiv Shakti and Lord Brahma also send their various avatars on earth to fight evil. If we go below Brahmapuri, then from the 7 high dimensions, the very highly evolved saints come to the earth by incarnating directly as an avatar for protecting the good. It is the continuous process of incarnation and keeps happening all the time. High quality souls who come from the various galaxies, universes, etc. are not affected by religions because they are of high quality and have different DNA. Sometimes in case of a combination of a 5 elemental and 3 elemental parents, the child's DNA will be different from the average human being. These cannot be detected by present day. It will take more time in future for science to develop its potential fully. The day a picture of a subtle world will be taken, then it will be realized that the physical world is hardly anything in comparison to the huge size of the subtle world. These things have been happening from billions and trillions of years from the time of creation of this galaxy, universe and multiverse. In our ancient scriptures, all these things have been written down, though now people say these are stories, but such things have always happened. This is history and it has occurred in the past. Our ancient scriptures state the age of our solar system, the correlation between time, space and speed, as well as the differences in time at various subtle dimensions. Anandji says, okay, thank you Bapuji for explaining so wonderfully about this topic. Although these are mentioned in our scriptures and also in the books, that are related to our star children and extraterrestrials. Yet, when this video is seen by people, they will definitely get new insight and deeper meaning on this topic. I also would like to inform my viewers that this is Bapuji's channel in which you can search for more knowledge and videos. Please check out the Unspoken Truth by Bapuji's playlist and explore the wealth of knowledge given in those. It is also time for the Behad or the infinite souls to go back home to where they come from. And Bapuji has given us enough knowledge in all of these videos regarding this. I urge my viewers to listen to Bapuji's video on vibration and Atma Swarup or soul consciousness videos without fail. Finally, would you like to add something else, Bapuji? Bapuji replies, whatever will happen will be a very positive transformation. The infinite children are already spreading Param Shanti vibrations. Remember that the Bhagavad Gita is the holiest of all holy scriptures and the knowledge given in it is directly from the Almighty Authority, who instruct all the souls to always be in soul consciousness. Remember Him constantly, so that by remembrance alone all the sins will be destroyed. And the Almighty Authority will then take the souls to the highest supreme abode. Keep remembering that you are the soul and be connected to a powerhouse who is the Almighty Authority Himself. Anandji says, it is the duty of all the souls to be in soul consciousness so that one day the Almighty God will take us to the infinite world. Bapuji replies, but this is the part of law of karma. By constant remembrance or connection with the Almighty Authority, the soul will get powers from the Almighty, and finally on the destruction of their accumulated sins, it will move upward to the original state of purity. At present, the downfall of the soul is due to its state of ignorance, so it must reach back to its original pure incorporeal form. When the soul attains total purity, it will not be able to stay on this earth. Automatically, the soul will get powers and divine light which will enter the causal body and the supreme causal body, and within a second the soul will leave the physical body and will go back to an incorporeal form. It will happen just like how the deities would transform their 5 elemental body back to the 3 elemental as soon as the purpose of the physical body is over. Similarly, any human soul can do the same by positively remembering the Almighty and by destroying the sins and going back to its home. Thank you so much. Param Shanti.